Minim tumi a owa asase we sesu. A ofiri bronsam a obetimi agina manim. Minim tumi. Ebi ni ho, ebi su mada.
Now I don't know any power. I don't know of any power from the devil that can stand before me. There is none, and there will never be any.
Enya homaswo, but the timi mu no, a switch of bronsam and any demons.
Now this I am not God, but I am speaking the truth to my hearers in this auditorium today. And the truth is that God has empowered me. Now you can decide to believe it or doubt it. There is no man here in Ghana, Africa, on this earth who can boldly say that he has been empowered more than Prophet Owusu Bempah.
Now, all right, abusian for yamamu nyina kwaba deba K Lover Media so we show YouTube or Harbe Lovers TV Africa. Mr. Share link and subscribe so you're new to the platform. Going forward, the ban election update, politics, yebebremo and yamado na 2028 ebedruno 2028 ebedruno nyame nam the great Owusu Bempah so na obeche ni obi win election the platform we so an ebisi hene no yen kadwe no we are part 3 of the undefeated prophets, the undefeated, the great apostle Dr. Isaac Owusu Bempah, the prophet beyond the prophets. Now, so we will be our following. Some days ago, you provided content be mamo about near the great Owusu Bempah. Ehun won enkoda abrim emra na ugina kube di ase. On sade no. Na the presence of who ye ene video I upload amount the decision makers. So we share video ni na we share senior we share the message na ene videos ni san to so ye de ma wona e chese the great Owusu Bempah we one of the watchers onyankopon ama ya wona basasi so etu de bomodi aso be share videos no aba besi and now there say name crampo now start ya share na de from the decision makers, undefeated prophets or undefeated the great Owusu Bempah eba share say video na wo de MB wa adwemu oni be hu about papa no me bota ne say we youth na onim se ne otia onka se ntia no on sa de no eti say video ya oba be share I think says the last part be mo ati papa na se or Moses name the great prophet na bakono bi esu utimi say ono no so rema o preach no the highest difo bi no was asase so bitimi o preach sa age e bi a few others anu kwa yinim but we be the great Owusu Bempah one the oboa enti say video we I think say 2020 eba 2021 mu no kan na ye 31st night na o de nya opportunity say video no kan say obiere ni ho wasase so obiere ni ho Ghana ha obiere ni ho Africa ha obiere ni ho wasase so nyame abe ne chen wo no enti watch the video.
It is a good place to clap your hands for Jesus. Now, this is what I want all listeners and Ghanaians to hear.
Pay attention.
Now, sometimes we do not pay attention to the criticisms of people. But it got to a time that Jesus inquired from the disciples, who do men say that I am? And thereafter he inquired from the disciples, who do you say that I am?
Oh, say, Yesu. A man for be say, we are German for about.
Now they said to Jesus, some people say that you are the son of an adulterous woman.
And Crawford say, we are Sadriam.
Some people say that you are a dipsomaniac, you are a heavy drunkard.
And Crawford say, we are the for Adamfo.
Now some people say that you are a friend of sinners.
A binum crass, we are home as well, not the whole companion.
And some people also have said concerning you that you are very proud because you try to rub shoulders with God.
Ebinum cross and Yamo Shawma, sans Alpeda Humpo, Abraham.
Some people also say that you are so haughty and your eyes are loftier than your eyebrows because you compare yourself with Abraham our father.
Nebinum cross and Moka, a giant Sunumukran said. Almost as soon pony a fan the best suburb at 2 and at the end century.
Now, what even hurts us concerning what people say about you is that they say that you work with the power of Beelzebub and you are filled with Beelzebub.
Not to say yes, you tear in some and Crawford can or outside.
What it meant was that Jesus listened to what the opinion of people were about him.
Ministry atum say, na monso so museme.
But after that, he inquired from his disciples, the disciples who followed him and had believed in him. He asked them, whom do you say that I am? It was at that point that Peter said that we know that you are the Son of God and in fact you are God. And Jesus said that surely flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father in heaven has given you this revelation. Now everybody has got an opinion about the prophets of God.
Fake prophets anyhow.
I am not saying that there are no fake prophets,
but there were genuine prophets.
But we have genuine prophets alive. For that one, I want you to accept it. And I want you to also know that God empowers, God fortifies. God empowered Moses to the extent that Moses realized and recognized that he had been empowered by God. Now God said to Moses that I've made you I made you like God in the eyes of the Israelites.
In fact, Moses no.
Now Moses had a lot of confidence in himself. That is why he was able to say in the presence of Pharaoh that thus saith the Lord, God has asked me to deliver his people from you, your hand. Now Moses in the presence of Pharaoh performed miracles, and Pharaoh instructed his magicians to replicate the miracles or the wonders that Moses had performed. But it got to a time that the wondrous things that God did through Moses, the magicians of Pharaoh could not replicate what Moses had done. But Sunday I am going to say a lot of things. Please listen carefully. Listen, I am human. I am not God. But I am speaking the truth to my hearers in this auditorium today. And the truth is that God has empowered me. Now you can decide to believe it or doubt it. There is no man here in Ghana, Africa, on this earth who can boldly say that he has been empowered more than Prophet Owusu Bempah. Now I am saying this for a reason. And I'm speaking with a lot of wisdom.
Oh,
I'm applying wisdom to what I'm saying.
So I appreciate the onyame de amawa. Na so I appreciate wo ho a. Ye fa so ye ball as wade.
Now,
ama wan hwe ya nkrofo so mo benefit free ministry mo no. Omo hu kra no omo so uja wasem.
Now, there are times that if you do not appreciate yourself or know the value of your life, a lot of people will not accept you as you are. They will treat you like a useless thing.
Make my bold. I catch us a Ghana ha. More than 70%. And him say, or soften a friend Owusu Bempah no. Why powerful. They know it.
Now, I can boldly say to you that more than 70% of people in Ghana know that Prophet Owusu Bempah is divine. He is a divine man of God.
Media nidie am I fathers.
Now, I give honor to our fathers.
I respect them.
And I show them respect.
Me buomo omo yem penifo.
I show them respect because they are our fathers.
But I'm telling you, see a cat to me. So nyame edi to me nyini nipa. Etu ya funu me I want to ba asasi so. Don't go there.
But in terms of power, the amount of power that God gives to men, in terms of that power, then now you can easily say that Prophet Owusu Bempah is proud. But everybody close to Prophet Owusu Bempah knows that Prophet Owusu Bempah is a humble man.
But being a provoke Elijah more can say
now there was something which provoked Elijah. There was a reason, there was a cause for Elijah to say that if I be a man of God, then let fire come down from heaven.
And the provoke Paul Emma can say I want the uncle who Nancy so minimum dear so about mama who say you will to me no some.
So there was a reason Paul said that it was not necessary to boast, but I will proceed to speak to you about visions and revelations.
So now
the fact that you prophesy does not mean that you are more powerful than anyone else.
Unless we preach powerfully and now we teach mysteries. Actually, say we are powerful. Or
the fact that you are able to preach powerfully or teach mysteries and revelations does not mean that you are more powerful than everyone else. But you know, God takes his time to prepare men and to empower them and fortify them.
So Nyankopon timi suma angel no akwa fa Enoch no de na bre wo no nyame na nyame ni Enoch edi nkomo e kire ne huntasem.
Now, wouldn't you agree with me that God could specially send an angel just to bring Enoch to his presence for him to have a conversation with Enoch?
So nipa bitinase ne so fritish we nipa na owu antimi amfa no no nyame suma chariots of fire na abefa Elijah de ne koso. That
a man from Tish lived on the face of this earth and death could not swallow him up. Rather, God sent chariots of fire to fetch Elijah from the face of this earth and took him into the midst of the heavens.
Finally, men can't hear me so nyame mbini nipa.
Now, finally, do not say to me that God does not empower men.
Onyame bini Moses ma Moses owuye ne dead body mpo na man so aba ne dead body ho.
Now, God empowered Moses to the extent that even after the death of Moses, there were contentions over the dead body of Moses.
Bronsamo pe Moses dead body. And onyame so epe Moses dead body.
Now,
dead body.
Satan wanted the dead body of Moses, and God also wanted the dead body of Moses.
And to onyame timi bini nipa ma ni funu mpo abofo mienu ko ho ntokwa.
So is it possible that God can empower a man to the extent that even his humus, his body, his dead body, his corpse, angels can contend over his corpse?
Man Lucifer, the devil, ebegyina Moses funu so ope body ne dia akoya ade.
And so
Michael so abegyina body no ho se mempene me so me pe body na akoya ade.
And so Lucifer, the devil, came to stand by the dead body of Moses because he wanted the dead body of Moses. Right by the side of the dead body of Moses was Angel Michael. He also wanted to take the dead body of Moses. Now listen to these final words before I start the prophetic. God empowered Elisha so much to the extent that even when he died, his bones, his dried bones, brought a man who was dead back to life.
Elijah Benyama ofreja frisro no osan ba akonfo ni nyina lie 450 at the second twitwa wo nyina ti kunkum omo eso obi antimi anyane.
Elijah was so much powerful to the extent that even after he had commanded fire to descend from heaven, he lined up the 400 Baal worshippers and began to cut off their heads, and none of them could escape.
Yes, uba ni party BMT asem okan oso bia ntimi nyi me nkwa mfiri me nsam mia nam de me nkwa beto ho na mia mesan fama ade.
Now when Jesus lived as a man on the face of this earth, listen to what he said. He said that nobody can take my life from me. I will lay down my life and I will take it back.
And I respect them.
I know certain people here in Ghana that God has empowered and he has prepared and he has fortified them so much, and I respect them.
I respect them.
And I know certain people in Africa and in the world that God has empowered and fortified so much, and I have a lot of respect for them. So God fortifies, God empowers.
Minim tumia o asase we sesu ofiri bronsam obetimi agina manim minim tumi ebi ni ho ebi su mada.
Now I don't know any power, I don't know of any power from the devil that can stand before me. There is none, and there will never be any.
Enya homaso, but the timi mu no esucha obronsam any demons.
Now this confession is not born out of pride, but what I am saying is that he that is in me is greater than Satan and all his cohorts. Now God said to Jeremiah, God said to Jeremiah, while you were a clot of blood in your mother's womb, I anointed you. There were some people who were anointed from their mother's womb. In fact, there are some people who have been born onto the face of this earth, but they are angelic beings.
A video about the undefeated, the great Owusu Bempah. He is undefeated. No one can defeat him. It is a ubi wa agenda bi na osetia ono ana o ha no ho. And guasia also ubegu the great Owusu Bempah. Like won say moya still na mutimi succeed. Mo the poison aba. Mo the gunshots e call ni so. Verbal attacks. NPP abel mukrampo de almost an chi no tu mu. Hwa kaya kade ya okomu bra na o ma che no. Oda hospital bed still na ya locking nsa. Obejon so kra na ye command politics so on junzongum. Hwa ne ya the great Owusu Bempah. Wo de show. It will feel say your ordinary person be keke. It in ka dwendwen po mani wuye. Anka na so winguye. Iti anka edom a pena asemi nka omonhwete ye. Free bra wo share nyamedwuma ase. Ni video bia me share me pese me san ye ho adwuma. Me pese me boboso ebi mbe hu idea no e de akwa bonten. 8 years and the great Owusu Bempah performing first miracle at the age of 8. Eti me anytime I say mon share link no, mon subscribe. Na say wo business bi nso na de abana wo. Eti say emu ye du a wo. Video say betimi a produce ama about the great Owusu Bempah na be shock you. Because when pedifo bi di nkomo, openi no ma man message, ma chat no, still na won respond there. On sa de no. Me fair no on fa because we nim contact no. Me person osomase. Na me provide content be about the great Owusu Bempah ema mu. Papa no, besrew. Enkase ntia no. Youth. Ti say kra sa bloggers no na se for no omo kase tia me ensese more attention. To there. Jean ye be koso a project ni anyame de na oye. Omo don de da o. Na ne onimu a oba be falling into. Sa trap no. What then mama use the word trap. Amana. Because o kaseti papa no a o koto amana mu. Oni ma me ka chiro. O kaseti papa no a o koto amana mu. O koto amana mu. O de ensem ni bi wonu a ye kan se obefisi bi ye kan trasa. But a different no ma be no mu nim sunsum no. O mu se ne ke love e keka no. Enye bibi keke no o keka. Mesraw. Me san recommend am ko share the decision makers. So share say video na me say nia ono mpo onfiri nyame kra no to be ensese o kasetia no because wo to me. The great Owusu Bempah teachings in say Lucifer na wa ben. Enti Lucifer asefo a o ma basa se so amonso mo ye wonders. A mo create to me a mo grandpa mo to me ni say na mo performing omo miracles ni ade no e bro adwe na nti ase so the decision makers prophet apostle Dr. Isaac Owusu Bempah na these teachings in by kwhwe ni suade na like me pese wo tisunsum ni ma ase enti whether genuine or not genuine you dare not speak against anyone minum ye she nti na me say ye na yenim na ye ka ho asem ye nko kasa ntia obi tabi ye die lemu abrantie enkasa ntia sunsum nipa enkasa ntia sunsum nipa o hwe me kasa nyina awosen agumi o awosen agumi enkasa ntia sunsum nipa enkasa na wo krampo no so be de hu se we obenti ase mesi wo sunsum nipa na ase onye sunsum nipa ne wonim no wonim amanfo ka so yesunsum nipa but wo wunji ndi no wo so onye sunsum nipa na wo kasetia no wo sra de besramo youth
minye nyame
I am not God,
but
I am speaking the truth to my hearers in this auditorium today.
Only
one person I would not want to challenge is Owusu Bempah. Even if he says I will cough when I hold the mic, he has already won.
The say Papa Owusu Bempah only two hini is president say two. They can 2 minutes. Obeti me 2. E wo sunsun asese foforo. The field no.
When it comes to Owusu Bempah, ask anyone you like who is not jealousy. Sit down with them and say, who is Owusu Bempah? They will tell you he is the father. They will tell you you can't compete with him. No matter who you are, you can't.
Now you can decide to believe it or doubt it.
As for me, when God showed me 7 prophets, he was one of them.
Wow. Thank you, Lord.
And out of those 7, God said, don't challenge this one. You can challenge anyone you like, except this one.
There is no man here in Ghana,
Africa,
or Africa,
on
this earth,
who can